Well, I feel more like, where's Waldo? Where am I today? Actually, I'm in front of the White House. And why don't you take a look at this? Because this is very interesting, at least to me. Can you see the White House behind there? Uh, See behind the trees, the White House, and that's the street in front of the White House. No fences. This park used to be fenced off. The White House street used to be fenced off. You couldn't get up to the White House. You couldn't get in within a block of the White House. And that's probably 6 months or more is like that. Now, not only is this park open, but the street in front of the White House, which is Pennsylvania Avenue, is also open. I mean, that's more open than, well, certainly before lockdown, because I think there were all kinds of potential riots or whatever they were worried about, a year ago. So now it's so nice. This is the first time. A couple of days ago, I saw, oh, it looks like they're taking down the fences. And then, oh, I came down today, and they are taking down the fences. Yeah. But so if that is, more open, actually more money's coming out of the White House than ever before in the history of the United States, is giving out more grant money to people than ever before. I mean, it's amazing. Even in the last recession, or the 2008 depression or recession, whatever they call these things, they all got fancy names for them, and it doesn't matter, but they gave a whole bunch of money, but that was more aimed at housing. This is now everybody, and it hasn't stopped, and I don't think it will stop. I mean, even now, one of the Let's Go Help members asked me about the fourth stimulus check. I said, there's not one yet, and I don't think there'll probably be one. But no, actually, what they're talking the fourth stimulus check is the tax credit. And that could be bigger than your stimulus check, maybe 10 times, depending on how many people you're taking care of. And it goes into next year, too. So that's very important, because it could be like 12 grand, 15 grand, or whatever. And now, too, there's still tons of grant money for rent that people are not taking advantage of. And they're going to be throwing people out of the houses soon at the end of July. So, if you're paying rent, make sure you find the rent. It's called Emergency Rental Assistance Program. Emergency ERAP. Got to spell. Eleanor is telling everyone they have no money, that the grants are all taken. Well, I don't know if that's for the rental assistance program. That may be, but there are more grants. Maybe their program they have is finished. That's the other thing. You have to realize that when people say it's all gone, that's just their program. I mean, there's 20, 30,000 programs. Yeah. So it's just like, if you ask one girl to date and they say no, girls aren't dating anymore. Or you go to one place for a job and they say no, companies aren't hiring anymore. No, that's to say what you say with somebody said, oh no, the grants aren't giving out any money anymore. That's just the one program. So how good are you now at finding others? Okay, put stipulations on the rent grant so you don't qualify. Well, right, everyone doesn't qualify. They're trying, and then you have to look other places. I mean, I was reading today, I don't know if I put this video up yet, but now there's grants, local grants, for people who don't apply for the national grants. That's what they say is in the description of the grant. This is a small grant, a business grant for people who did not qualify for any of the CARES Act grants. So that's the EIDL and the PPP and all those. This is a separate grant for them. You're looking at one aspect and saying it's all like that. Well, that all you could say is that it's like all blonde girls are dumb. Yeah. Oh, that's dumb to say that. So, I'm disabled, I can't work. Visit, I can't be employed. Well, it depends on what employed is. I think, if you're worried you can't work, can't get a job, and you're not normal looking or get around normally, then you got to look at the gig economy. I mean, that is at least some income. You may not be a millionaire doing that, but the important thing is to generate income. And the gig economy could do that. You could do it at home whenever the hell you want to. So it's, I call it no boss and no cost. Yeah, to make money that way. And there's hundreds and hundreds of organizations that want you to help them make money, and they take a little piece of it. So if you do it on their platform, that means their website, they may take 10%, 15% of the money you get. But you don't have to do the marketing, you don't have to worry about getting paid or whatever. And to find some of these, and there's no one best place for everything, but a good place to start for this is gig.indeed, INDEED.com. Now that's a place for put resumes and stuff like that. And if you're looking for a job or looking to hire people, so that's what that is. But they have one just for the gigs, people who want to work for these, gig economies. And there is, like, boy, I mean, we just put one of our apartments on Airbnb. Well, it was snapped up in 2-3 days, and we put it on there. They tell you how to do it. They send out a photographer to take pictures of your apartment, and they put it on the internet. It's all set up. You do nothing, and it costs you nothing. And they have traffic. They have people looking to rent apartments. They rent yours, they charge you, and then they take, I forget, actually, I think Airbnb only takes like 5%. There's lots of these kinds of things. So you could go to other people's houses, apartments, or whatever, and say, hey, let me put your thing on Airbnb. We make money and we'll split the money. Yeah, it's a business and it costs you nothing. Absolutely nothing. And there's all kind of crazy ways you can make money. Like things that the robots can't do. Yeah, like pick out the pictures with trees in them. Do you get that thing? That takes a human to do. So actually, big companies that got to do that, they hire humans to fill that in. So this is why Amazon makes so much money. Is they have a big they call Mechanical Turk. And Mechanical Turk was, I think, back in the turn of the century, not this century, the last one, 1800, that there was a guy who used to travel around in a sideshow, and he said the Mechanical Turk would do things. He was a little robot. It was a guy in the back room with his arms and something. It's a snake oil kind of thing. But that's where the name came from, Mechanical Turk. So you have a robot do it. And that's why you could be a Mechanical Turk. Yeah, because on the internet, what they have to do is they're doing all these things, but there's part of the things they want to provide that requires humans. So they have the computers do all the rest, artificial intelligence, then the human part, they subcontract. It may not be a lot of money, but you may make $15 an hour or something like that doing that. So, it's income. If you're hurting for income, there's not an excuse. There's an excuse if you're looking only a special kind of income. I'm sorry, but I'm above that. I will not be your Mechanical Turk. I will starve first. Thank you very much. And if you're that kind of person, God bless you. Yeah, it takes all kinds. We're all struggling, no matter who the hell we are. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. I don't even have cable or internet. How you getting on? How you watching this? Now you can get free internet up to $50 a month. That's free for everybody. Actually, I think the income goes up to like 100,000, 50,000, 75,000 or something. So if you can't afford the internet, you could afford. You can't afford cable. You could afford the internet because it is now for free. They get $50 a month. So you find a service that doesn't cost more than that. Bim bam. And actually, they have even free computers for next to nothing. Yeah. To help you. So there's no reason not to do that. FCC said the companies are not allocating my Lifeline account, so I'm paying $60 for my phone. That's stupid. Not too good, is it? Free phone, huh? Stupid. For my phone, some free phone, huh? Let me live in your house, and rent is $800. My SI is $800. Okay, well, shop around first for another deal. Whatever. It's just you may have more than one provider where you are, and that's it. It's all finding your options. You may or may not know your options. If you're only asking one place and the obvious thing, no, you have to dig digging, and that may take you a day of research or whatever. I don't know, but things are not going to come easy Just life doesn't happen that way, particularly the good stuff. You know, and if nobody else is doing it, you have to dig harder to find it. Let alone the free broadband. Well, I don't know why you're buying it. Don't know where you are or what the options are. But they are even investing more in broadband all over. But even now, that $50, I mean, from what I read, the FCC, go to the FCC website, see what they say about it, and then find out all the people in your area that may have that, because there may be more than one person. There is where I live, so maybe not. Forced to shut down. House just voted to increase the commercial trucking insurance. Is there any grants that will save all the small businesses that were forced to shut down? For commercial trucking insurance, the House, don't know anything about it, but something like that. I mean, I would start with your small business development center, because they work with the trucking business is a big industry nowadays, because we need so much of it, and there's a lot of entrepreneurs doing that. So I know the Small Business Development Center even has a free video program on how to make more money out of your trucking business. And if you're a member, Let's Go Help, just ask for that, and I'll send it to you. But otherwise, if you're not, then contact the Small Business Development Center and get them on the case. You need other people working on it, not just you. You're doing other things, and these other people do that thing of looking for money and help for small businesses in your area. So you have to use the leverage of other people doing something. If you're fixing your toilet for the first time, you have to go out and spend $300 on tools. So it's easier to call a plumber and spend $150, and he's fixed it 1,000 toilets. So he probably knows exactly what's wrong and doesn't have to fish around like you do. I've applied for the PP that you talked about and gave a link to, and applied, and took 5 weeks to get. So thankful. Oh, you got it. Wonderful. Yeah, well, the PPP is over, but the EIDL is still available, and they're advertising, trying to get people to apply. That's right. Not enough people are applying for the EIDL. And it's the low-income people. You have to be in certain areas, but they have $30 billion that they can't get rid of. If you get food stamp, disability, et cetera, what about it? I don't know what you mean by if you get that. Well, if you get that, can you get anything else? Of course. Yeah. You own a coat, you can still get socks. I don't know. Maybe some you don't. I mean, they're with 20, 30, 40,000 programs. I really don't know how many they are, but they're tens and tens of thousands of programs, because they're different all over. Everyone has different requirements. So if you're saying, nobody could say because of this you can't get a grant. That's absolutely absurd. The person who says that has no idea what the world is. Don't believe him. So, and that's just life. Again, all blonde girls are dumb. Yeah, that's stupid. What is the cutoff for low income? Every program is different. You go and apply. You want to get the answer to questions like that, you get the application and fill it out. I mean, it's not going to take you more than 20, 30, 40 minutes, if that. And then you get all the answers, instead of some idiot like me who's thinking they know, and I may not know, because they change these answers all the time. So it's crazy to go search the internet for somebody who says they're an expert at getting you money and believe what they say without looking at the application. That's why I think we got so many people apply to our grant, which is over now. But we're giving out 20 grants, $500, 10 at $500 and 10 at $1,000. And we got, just wonderful people applying. And all you had to do is say what you're going to use with the grant. And if you look at a video I just did earlier this morning about that, how the people were so nice and honest and lovable, and they just opened their heart out about why they needed money. And that's when you become lovable. If you're showing your vulnerability and you need help, that's truthfully lovable. You're strong. Oh, I could tell you. No, that's not lovable. Fuck you. You don't need help. Yeah. And that's all these people. I don't know what it is. It just made me, so much more excited about humanity, so much more excited about people who live in this country. You got people storming the Capitol and all kinds of crazy stuff. Uh, and and these people are just struggling and not taking it out on anybody. Even the ones that are struggling are even saying, well, I know there's probably a lot more people that are worse off than me. And they're worse off. And so that kind of feeling is just nice to know there's people like that, that we live amongst those kinds of people. How do you apply? I just started another grant program today, and we'll give out the money or pick the winners on August 4th. So I'm going to try to do this every month as long as the money holds out. And so I'll give out $15,000 more dollars, and it's for Let's Go Help members. So if you're a Let's Go Help member, you could just start a discussion, which is right in the front page of our Facebook group. You start a discussion, just say, hey, I want to apply to your grant, and here's how I would use $1,000. That's all you have to do. Write a couple of sentences, and that's enough. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from your heart. How are you going to use this thing? August 4th, my birthday. Yay, trendy commodities, wonderful. Maybe we get you $1,000 for your birthday, huh? I'm right here with you, Silver. Thank you, Susan. Silver, that's somebody else up top, I guess. Miss Lady, I always say I can call up. Miss that. How do we apply? Yeah, so if you're not a member, let's go. Oh, Tina, it's easy to post. Yes, Tina, I read your post. Jesus Life Ministry. Thank you so much for all your wonderful advice. I'm going to apply. Yes, that's you have to be a member. Let'sGoHelp.com, LESKOHELP.com, and actually, when you apply, I'm giving you a copy of what I call my mega report, mega grant report, state mega grant report. I'm giving you like 7 or 8 state mini grant reports, plus all the best sources to solve all the basic problems. You have debt, you have worried about paying bills or all these kinds of things. So I have all those as the most important things that come up in people's life that have to be solved. Rent or mortgage payments, utility payments, those basic things I have right on the top there. So you just start right away. After you apply, you'll get that. I'll send it. It may take a few hours to get it to you. Hi. And you'll be on your way. Let's see. I heard you say something about them extending the rent payments. Where would I find out about that? Just got a rent covered for 6 months up until September, but now I would get more. There's still money. So you got to apply. If you apply, go to the place you applied before. It's probably the same office. If not, if you're a member, there's 3 places to look. The 2 are trade associations, and they've been keeping up on where to apply in every state and county and stuff like that. And the other one is Treasury itself. So if you go to treasury.gov and put in find emergency rent program, you'll probably find the list there. And they have a pretty good list too. But Remy, if you already got it, then go back to that same place. And if they say no, then ask them where else. And then if none of those work, then what you have to do to me is, and this is what we send out, is all the offices in your state whose job it is to give you free help if you have financial problems. So there's programs in every state. There's offices in every state where there's people man these offices waiting to help you if you have financial problems. So they either give money themselves or know about other money and stuff like that. They don't know everything. Again, that's why you should talk. There's probably about 8 or 10 of them in your city. So you contact every one of them to see if they can help. Can we get a grant to fix our home when contracted and insurance messed up my home? Well, there's grant money to fix up home, no matter what. And it depends on a whole bunch of other things. Now what you have to do is start searching for that. There's some that you can only use for fixing up homes, then other money that you could use for any kind of emergency. And that's mostly local. I have a report that shows you local. If you're a senior and do this, a good place for, because there's a lot of money for seniors to fix up a home. If you call your area office on aging, or Where do we apply? Son is renting from me. Yeah, that's right. No, I know people do that. They have a friend renting from them. They show them where to apply for grant money to give them the rent. Yeah. Uh, and and what was I saying? Uh, so the area office on aging, they help seniors with anything. You need to get your taxes done for free. You need this. You need dental. You whatever. And that's what they're for. Now they may not solve every problem, and there's a lot more sources. If they don't work it, but that's a good clearinghouse to start with. Also, if you need help and get and money to pay for help because you need help around the house, to do things or whatever, caretaker kind of stuff. That's what I'm planning for. I moved in this little apartment, walk around all over downtown. That's why I'm on my 7-8 mile walk today. And it's great living downtown as a senior. I don't have to drive. Never did. I do everything I could do. I got 20 restaurants within 3 blocks. I got 5-6 coffee shops to work in within 3 blocks. And I got everything within walking distance. So I don't have to get in a car, worry about all that kind of stuff. I just worry about me driving. EIDL, will they help with mortgage payments? No. Well, maybe if it's a business, that's business money. And actually, they probably do. I don't think they care what you do with the money. It's for business. So particularly the grant, you're going to get $10,000 or $15,000 grant. Listen, you apply the money. I can't give you a perfect answer. I give you a guess, but you're going to get more out of doing anything if you go to the people giving out the money. Call them. If you can't, then just start filling out the application. Please, just go apply. CAO locally. What's CAO? Kathy found it by Googling Virginia Energy Rental Assistance. Okay, that's good. Emergency rental, yes. Tina also helped me with the shower handle and a chair. I'm just saying, shower handle. Good for you. So that was which program was that, Rami? Tina, I forget. Community Action, yeah. Community Action Agency, they're great. That's another place to start, for anything like that. They'll know about the basic programs where you are. And they're good. And they're all over there. And every county has a Community Action Agency. And there's usually an overall state organization, that all the counties belong to. So they're very well organized. Yeah. That's what's so neat about America. You get 10 people doing the same thing, and you'll have an association and it'll be organized and everything. So that's where I used to get all my marketing research when I was, it's not so much, it could be also called, what's the national program is the Area Office on Aging. And then you could get an 800 number there that will get you to the local office. The other name they may use is Elder Care Locator. How's my Elder Care Locator? That's what that is. Yeah. Well, guys, I just feel, you've treated me in this last year or so doing this work. You guys have just been treated me so nicely. I appreciate every second of it. I hope I treat you as well. I hope I'm more than fair. I hope I'll give you your money back no matter what. That's not important. What's important that is you learn about some of these programs that may or may not help. I can't guarantee it, but I know there's just so much. Every rich person uses the hell out of these things. And how do we get the rest of America to know about it at least and try and see what's there that may be able to help them? And right now, there's so many people in financial trouble or in mental trouble or whatever. And that's why if any mental things, there's 2 places I think you want to go if any mental dental is. One is your county health department. Check with them. And also go to what I give this out a lot called Needy Meds, NEEDYMEDS.org. Where can we get grants to start a business in Summit County, Ohio? I missed the PPP loans, got my LLC. Well, actually, Ohio has a whole bunch of money programs for small business now. And what you do with that, Trendy, is start with your local small business development center to see what's there. If you're a member, ask me. I'll send you all the kitchen sinks I have. Yeah. If you have a business, do they help with mortgage? If you're working from home? Well, apply and see what you could use the money for. I mean, that don't ask me. I don't know. Every program is different. I mean, you may find big letter. Don't you ever use this for mortgage. Most of the stuff, for small business, living expenses. So that's a living expense. Go apply. Don't trust me or anybody else. That's the most important thing to learn. There are too many people on the internet trying to look smart, and the world changes too quickly now that nobody could be that smart. No. Where do you ask or apply? Well, see, that's the hard part. You got to find out where you're going to apply, and it depends on the program, what you want to do, and that's what I do. Is I show you, like our mini grant reports. There are 500 programs in your state to apply for. Now, it depends on what: housing, business, paying utilities and bills. I mean, all different kinds of things. You just have to start digging. And what? Now, I got a free report. If you go to www.free.lesco.com/free training. If you go there, you can download a report that shows you all the people in your state that will do research for you for free. So the same thing I charge $20 for, they'll do for free. Okay. So it's www.free.lesco.com/free training. Okay. Who's best help to receive DCI survivor? But I don't know what best help. Yeah, if it's anything to do with veterans, you want to find your county veteran service office. County veteran service office. So if you live in Fairfax County, Virginia, you put Fairfax County, Virginia, County Veteran Service Office, and they do work just to get vets active or not active or anything, all their benefits. Now that doesn't mean that you get everything, because veterans benefits is only like 5% of all the benefits available. So that's a start. But if you're a vet, then you know that at least you could be eligible for them more than the others, at least to start. So that's a good place to start, but not a good place to end. That's the important thing. How can I plan? Counties are doing that. It depends on where you live. Some counties have something, some of them don't. What you do, call your county. If it's a property tax, county tax collector, and say, what programs do you have I can't pay? And see what they have. If they have something, okay, see if that makes sense for you. If they don't, then call your elected official. See if they could get that reduced for you. There's a lot of programs now, and more are coming up because of COVID, that people can't pay taxes. And property taxes, because and actually the mortgage, Biden's mortgage, hi. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah.
Not to embarrass myself, I'm who I am.
Hi, good. Hi. Oh, absolutely. Come on, let's take a picture. I got to take a photo. See, they're here in front of the White House. See the guys? Okay, come on over. Oh, where'd you go? There you go. See? Okay.
Look at camera.
Over there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I said, you're the one. You got. Thank you. Where's home for you guys?
We actually live in Gainesville.
Oh.
Virginia.
That's not so far.
We moved up here last year from Florida.
Oh, I see. Oh,
So
neat.
it's actually a lot cooler than Florida.
I'm Democratic California. Southern California.
Wonderful.
This is amazing.
Yeah, this is the first time this is open here.
Yeah, that's what my friend said. We've been here every time, and you cannot.
Yeah, you could even get in the park.
No,
This is the hottest day, and we said we're coming.
Very good.
it's pretty sad. I remember coming here in the 80s and they had none of that up here.
Yeah, I know. Not only that fence, but and they had another fence here. Yeah. And then you couldn't even get in the park until last week.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yeah, I know.
It's the people's house.
Yep. It's too bad. Well,
It was good to meet you, sir.
my pleasure. Thanks for saying something. Oh, good. Thank you. Honestly, I mean, that's what's nice about dressing crazy. People treat you nice. I used to be afraid to dress like this or whatever. I'd have to defend my honor or something. No, people are nice. And they treat you nice. They say, hi, Susan, thank you. best place to find help for large business equipment purchases. Yeah, there's 7 or 8 agencies in your state that get grants to help you start or grow a business. So that's where you would start. All the agencies, and if you a place to find them is if you go to Economic Development Administration, EDA.gov, and they have a state-by-state listing of all the economic development offices. And you can start contacting every one of them. See, they're there. They get grants to help you grow your business. Because if you grow your business, you're going to hire people, you're going to grow, and they're going to pay more taxes, all that kind of stuff. How can I email you to help from directly trying to get money to purchase a business? Well, I would do those same people. I mean, the only way I help people now individually is through Let's Go Help on the closed Facebook group. So if you remember, I answer those questions. People start a question, start a discussion with a question. They're looking for money. And then what I do is find the best. I go through all my stuff and find, okay, these are probably the best sources I know for you to do this. Yeah. And I send you those, and it's all through the Facebook. So, me to do it on email, that non-members, I really have to take members first. They're giving me money, to do this. And so there's only a limit what I could do after that. But, you could email me and try. And then if you don't hear from me in 2 days, try again. Lisa, are there grants for dental work? Actually, there's a lot of programs that will pay for dental work, and they're all over. Sometimes a good place is your dental association in their state capital. Usually has a list for consumers of where to get free and low cost dental care. The other place is go to needymeds.org, O-R-G, needy, Needy, meds.org, O-R-G. And whether it's, getting, tested for breast cancer or your appendix out or free dental care or even travel to go see a doctor, grants and help are there for things like that. And they keep a good list. I always look for people doing that, keeping lists better than I could have them. I have son in assigned living. Do I need to pay them? I don't know what you mean. They have not asked, was told that they get $3,000 a month. Yeah, if you don't know and you can't explain it, you got to ask and what's going on, because you don't want to get hit with some big bill that you had no idea. Great question, dental health. Yes. So that's not good to do. Are there grants for dental? Okay. How can I email? Okay. Best place to help to find large business. Okay. I want my picture taken with you. Let's go. Lady cat. That's what. Dressed like this. I'll get a few of those maybe during the day during my walk. But it's nice. I mean, if taking a picture of me makes someone's day a little happier, I have nothing better to do. I want my picture taken with you someday. I'm in California. Whoops, the cap lock is. That's okay. I love people yelling at me. When I'm an old guy, you have to yell at me. That's why I tell people on Let's Go Help. If you don't hear from me in 48 hours, you start yelling at me because I'm an old fart and I forget stuff. So that's the only way to make sure I don't forget you. General grant for paying bills. Yes, I mean, there's a lot of general money. And actually, you should look at the Biden stuff because there's lots of stuff in the Biden that you could use for anything. Hey, Let's Go just joined. 23 with 4-month-old LLC. What can I do? Well, you got to look at options. And I'll send you a whole bunch of stuff to start looking at your options, okay? Hello from Oklahoma City. Nice. Oklahoma City. Okay. Are you okay? I'm okay. We're all okay. How about let me run so I don't become a fat old guy and then I can't move around and can't enjoy life as much. That's what I like about staying thin. I can just do more. I got more energy. Man, sometimes the equipment doesn't work as well. But I'm getting up every day and doing stuff and doing more than I've ever done in life. I think I'm busy and more satisfied than I've ever been because of the feedback you're giving me, tell you the truth. That is so nice. We all want to be here to feel useful, and that's what you're doing to me, and that is the most wonderful gift in the world. And that's why I hope my work does that for other people, to show you how to get rid of the financial problems you have, so you can start looking at doing something useful for the rest of your life that you think is useful, not what somebody else thinks is useful. No, your life is a work of art. All of our lives are, and we're the artists, so we have to paint it. Nobody else can paint it. We could take suggestions, but it's like telling Picasso what to paint. No, Picasso has to do that. And you're Picasso for your life, so you have to decide. Can I tell you, I will never be given a grant. Didn't apply enough. You got a nice, unique style of being yourself. Inspired me. Thank you, Rally. Thank you. But that's it. I mean, I wasn't like this starting out in life. I was doing everything I was taught. Nothing was working. I said, screw that. I'm not having fun and nothing's working. Got to change. That's, I don't know what to do, but it's not doing the same thing. I thought none of us know exactly what to do, but all you have to do is know that what you're doing now is not right. And then you just keep trying shit till you get lucky. That's the name of the game, and there's no shortcut. And I know if you have one, let me know. I'll be happy to share it with anybody. But then that shortcut will work for you, but who worked for anybody else? Who knows? We all have to find our own way. Talk to you later. Keep looking.